Hello, beautiful people. It's Celia Mutoneng Zengele here again. If you're coming across this YouTube channel for the first time, welcome. If you're a return subby and a new subby, welcome to you guys, and thank you once again for your time and data that you are spending watching my videos. Thank you so much. You are highly appreciated. Now, today I'm bringing the update of Day 4 of Tumelo in the witness stand. Tumelo was there again for the 4th time this week, which actually was supposed to be the 5th time had he been there on Monday. So, unfortunately, because of some reasons known to him and some others, then he wasn't there on Monday as expected. Then he started to take a stand for the first time on Tuesday. So today was the 4th day in the stand. Now, for someone who's coming across this video for the first time, I'll just give a short brief of who Tumelo Madlala is. Tumelo Madlala is a friend to Senzo Meyiwa, who was gunned down on the 14th of October 2014. He was a very close friend. He had been visiting Senzo on that fateful day, few hours upon his arrival, shortly after Senzo was gunned down. Senzo was our football player and a national player for our national football team. Now, his death had been a mystery for almost 8 years because he was gunned down in 2014, but the first group of people who were arrested in 2020 towards the end of the year. On top of that, there was already another docket. So this is one kind of a case because it's the only one in the country that is registered with 2 different dockets. The first docket is case number 636 of October 2014 for Sloras. The second docket is case number 375 of January 2019 of Sloras. The second docket and the second docket were investigated by 2 different sets of investigating officers. Now, the case that is on record right now is the case of 636 of October 2014. This one comes with 5 suspects, even though it is said that only 2 of the suspects entered the house that night and killed Senzo Meyiwa. But there are 5 people who are arrested for that case. Now, Tumelo Madlala then, the friend of Senzo, took the 4th time in the stand. Now, he was still being cross-examined by TT. That is the... it's not an advocate. He is the attorney. Yes, the relevant word is attorney. TT is an attorney representing 4 of the 5 suspects. One suspect is represented by another lady who is advocate Mshololo. Fine. Now, Tumelo in the stand, still being cross-questioned and cross-examined by TT, who is Mr. T. Tobani. What did I say? The attorney, yes. Now, number 1 that came through, Mr. Tobani started with an apology. He started with an apology of the incident that happened yesterday, where they had an altercation, which required the judge, Maumela, to step in and diffuse the situation. Now Titi started there and apologized to Tumelo and to the judge for that incident and for another incident they had with the judge, but made clear that his standpoint was not to make Tumelo comfortable, even though he is respecting him, but there are things that he has to ask in a certain way to make Tumelo uncomfortable, because his duty is to do his best for his suspects. So yeah, that's where he started. And then after an apology, Tumelo also apologized back to Mr. Titi Tobani. For me, it was a clever move on his side, because from then onwards, we saw a different change, a different mood in that court. Tumelo was more cooperative. Even when he was disagreeing, like honestly to say, no, I disagree with that. Honestly so, and like sternly so, but not in a disrespectful manner like the past other days. Because yesterday, like I told you, Tumelo was on fire. Tumelo was on some he was on some high. It was like he was determined to cut down to pieces Mr. Tobani. Actually, he had been very arrogant since the first day he went into that docket. I don't know who coached him and how they coached him before he took a stand, but he was very arrogant. And after that, Titi started with asking Tumelo about Chico Twala's offer to Kelly to go overseas. Because if you remember in the previous videos, there is a time where I said Tumelo remembers that when they went to Kelly's place during those days, which he says he thinks he stayed about 3 days, but some of those days, one of those days, Chico Twala came to Kelly Khumalo's place and he offered Kelly Khumalo to go to overseas. Imagine, it was not even a funeral yet. And from what I heard, he has admitted to that conversation that really it did happen. So you such things leave you wondering what was driving him to offer Kelly a trip to overseas while she was mourning and fresh in the morning period, where she had just lost a man of her life. We don't know. Only them know. I think there's more to that story. There's more to it than meets the eye. Fine. And then Tumelo said he had no comment on it because Titi was asking, what does he make of that statement? What does he think it meant? And Tumelo said, no, I don't know. I wouldn't know. Of course he wouldn't know. And then Titi asked him about another one. The very same day they arrived, or same period. We are not even sure, but if I understood correctly, they arrived in the early hours of the morning from Vosloorus to Malbaton at Senzo's place. They were escorted by a white BMW with a light-skinned man that is unknown to Tumelo. It has not been established who that man was up until now. Now, after their arrival there, the police came trying to come and talk to Kelly or talk to them. But Kelly, because that was in a complex, Kelly told the security at the gate not to open for the police. I'm sorry about that. But still, the police managed to come in, and as she saw that they were coming in, remember, she instructed that the lights be switched off. Like, let's pretend we are sleeping. Now they switched off the lights of the house until the police left. Or she made a call to somebody, and that somebody seemed to Tumelo like was the person that was gonna give these police an instruction to back off. And it happened just that way. The police backed off. They left without seeing them that very early in the morning or that night. Then from there, okay. Oh, now Titi was asking him about that incident. That what does he think about that, Kelly's actions? Because at that particular moment, Kelly was still a victim. Why would she do that? Why would she behave like that? Why would she not want to see the police? Why would you not want to have the people that can help you find the person that has just killed your man? We don't know. So Tumelo obviously doesn't know. He just said maybe Kelly would come and answer that one herself, which is a fair answer, shame. Even Titi admitted to that. Then, what happened after? Oh, Titi then asked him about the gun that was used. Tumelo said, I'm no expert in guns, so the numbers that were put there by the police that took statements, the numbers, the what were put by the police. I just said, it looked like the gun I saw had a wheel. Guys, what kind of guns have got wheels? Because I also don't know. Then, okay, I could not make out what was Titi trying to prove with that question. But then I think maybe it's just me not getting clarity on it. Maybe it will be clearer as time go on. And at this point, Titi again put it to Tumelo that his opinion is that by the time they took Senzo and put him in the car, in the BMW to hospital, he was already dead. And now, here's the fascinating thing. Tumelo says, I wouldn't know. I think the doctor is the one that can confirm that, because I'm not in a position to say if somebody is dead or not. That says a lot. Because if he was under an impression that Senzo was still alive, he would say, no, he was alive, he was still breathing, he was making sounds, he was moving, he was still moving his feet. He did not say that. He did not say that. So that says something. That really does say something. When you add it to a point when he was saying he was heavy. The other day he said he was heavy. So now, combined with him feeling like, no, I'm not in a position of explaining anything about that can be explained better by the doctor, and not mentioning anything, any indication that, no, he was alive in the car because reason number 1, reason number 2, reason number 3. No, he did not do that. So there is a possibility, highly likely, that yes, Senzo may have been dead by the time they took him to the hospital. And then at this point, after that point, this is where now Titi tried to raise a point that now Advocate Mshololo is not feeling well. And as Advocate Mshololo is not feeling well, then he wanted Advocate Mshololo to be given a chance to address the court about it, and Advocate Mshololo said no, she will do it later. And then after, Tumelo asked about, Titi asked Tumelo about the time when the incident happened, and whether the lights were on or not. Tumelo could not attest to the fact that the lights were on or not. And I feel like he did not answer this question wisely, because if I were him, I would say, I'm not sure, I don't remember about the lights, but I remember that I could see people, I could see the faces, I could see everything. And since I could also see the one that was in the kitchen by Senzo, then that means the lights were on. If I were him, I would answer like that. Like, because I said the time was around 9. By 9 o'clock, there is no sun, obviously. Therefore, the lights must have been on, even though I was not aware as to when the lights were turned on. I would say that. Rather than sticking to a point where I don't know, you don't look at the lights. No, I don't know. Because you got to prove, if you say somebody, you are recognizing them for such a huge crime, you've got to give us and the court the reason beyond reasonable doubt that actually this person, it is him, because I saw him. I saw him because it was light enough for me to see him. If you say the time was towards 9, we all know in Vosloorus by 9, this is not Cape Town, guys. By 9, around Vosloorus, it's dark, long dark. There's been long dark. So if you say the incident happened around 9 or towards 9, we're expecting that the lights are on. So even if you're not sure about the lights, but you've got to at least admit to the light that was enough for you to see this suspect. So I think Tumelo has failed to do that for the court. Now Tumelo is asked about the crutch after that. His crutch, the projectile and the head. Okay, now today TT drove a point about the head. Hey man, this point of a head, man. Hey man, I don't know, the problem is English. The problem is because English is not our mother tongue. And what I've realized is TT is my kind. We talk Zinglish. You know Zinglish. Yeah. No, we talk, me and TT, we talk Zinglish. So TT, they ended up talking about sporty. Tumelo ended up saying he doesn't wear hats like those, and Titi put it to him that actually that hat was yours. And Tumelo, of course, disagrees and says, nope, that's not my hat. I wasn't wearing a hat that night. And guess how Twitter people are like? They just went fast. They came with evidence and receipts of him wearing bucket hats, and he said he doesn't wear that type of hats. So we don't know really, guys. And then Titi said he has a witness that will come and testify that actually they were asked by someone to clean the blood and the alcohol containers that were in the home. Remember, the police are talking about only 2 cans that were found there. And what I forgot to add on yesterday's video is that Tumelo is talking about the different alcohols that they were drinking. There were about 3 to 4 different kinds of alcohol that was being drunk by the people that were there. And then but only 2 cans of alcohol were found on the scene. Only few drops of blood were found on the scene, but the major blood was not anywhere to be seen. And Tumelo, by his own words, he spoke about how he was full of blood, how Mtokosis was full of blood, how Yena Senzo was full of blood, and the papers that were in the car were full of blood. So with that amount of blood that he's talking about, there shouldn't be just few drops that are seen in the house. Because now he was asked, which door did you use to take Senzo out to the car? He says no, they took him out of the kitchen. And throughout the kitchen, there is no other sign of blood. So apparently, there will be a witness that will come and testify that actually they were asked to clean. They had to clean the blood and remove the alcohol bottles, as the police came there and could not find any except for 2. Whereas there were lots of people that were drinking, about 4 different kinds of alcohol there. And then Titi also spoke about the wrongful arrest that happened because of the identity that was drawn by him, Tumelo, because yesterday he claimed that he was there when the identity was drawn, and Titi made it a point to him that actually, yes, you were there, and that led to a wrongful arrest of someone that was cleaning the car. That was a usual car cleaner for Senzo's car and Kelly's car. That till today it does not make sense. How does Kelly and Kelly's mom point out the person that they know that lives in their community nearer to them, and they are the ones that have organized for him to clean Senzo's car, and he was also cleaning Kelly's car? And then when something like this happens, you go and point out that person. It still does not make sense to me. Like, how did that happen? That's also an indication of trouble. And what else? Tumelo wanted to take out a plane ticket. Yesterday he was asked to bring a plane ticket, and now today no one wants to talk about the plane ticket. He wanted to take out the plane ticket, and then Judge Maumela said no, he needs to hold on to it for a while, and he was even smiling. And then I forgot something. Titi asked where was Kelly when Tumelo came out of that room that he ran into, that was opened by Mthokozisi with a spoon. Now that he came out of that room, where was Kelly? He answers by saying everyone was in the house. Now Titi's asking him, when you say everyone, are you including Longwena? And he says, no, I did not see Longwe there. Longwe was not in the house by then. And then, yes, I think, then they get into an argument about case 636 and case 375. Oh, there was that argument because Titi wants to prove a point that that case 636, the one that is presiding right now, there was a time when it was closed. That gave rise to case 375, and the court and the prosecutor are saying no, it was never closed. It was never closed. They are just running parallel, but it was never closed. And case 375 will only be decided. Yena, he says it will take effect after this one ends. Judge Maumela, now I detected something, because he is adamant that is not how it should be translated. Why is he so adamant? He knows something that we don't. Judge Maumela knows something that we do not know, because he insists that no, it will only be decided after this one. So maybe they know that they are laying the foundation right to a point where they are going to find these guys guilty anyway. So if these guys are found guilty, there won't be a need for case 375 to come into effect. Because otherwise it's a waste of time, guys. It's a waste of time and a waste of state resources that's happening right now. Okay, and then it was a long argument. Until Titi decided to park the question. I can't even remember what was the question that he was trying to ask Tumelo in relation to those cases. Or actually he wanted to point it out to him if he's aware, and they said no. his choice of words was not relevant. And then Titi said he will bring an evidence that a witness that will come and testify that he heard noises around a certain time. He's a neighbor, close by neighbor. So Tumelo said, let him come. And then Titi asked, how much did Tumelo get from Netflix? How much did Tumelo get from Netflix? Yeah, I also wanted that question to be answered. Hey, I just wanted to gauge, actually, you know. Unfortunately, it was another argument. The prosecutor felt like it's an unfair question, and the judge allowed that question, unfortunately. But when he was just about to say, no, Mr. Balo, you know what? Tumelo jumped and said, no, I'll answer this question. Guess what? No, the receipt is in KZN. Guys, how can you forget the money you got from Netflix? You want to tell me that you're getting so many monies from broadcasters that you won't remember something so huge? I mean, even if they paid you R5 because it was coming from Netflix, I think I was going to remember that. Netflix ain't like a band rupile, they gave me R5. Like, to me, it does not make sense that Tumelo does not remember. He has to go and look for the receipts. He was even offering to have someone check the receipt for him, call someone home, check the receipt, and then he will. I'm like, Tumelo, we just want to know how much. How much was it? Pela, when you sold the pictures of Senzo, he's proud. He's still repeating even today that, yeah, I told them that no, it's my time. They cannot have my time. They were trying to pull a leg on him and said they are not paying people to interview for their show. Hey, Netflix, if that is true, Netflix is still a shame. So it wanted to interview Tumelo for Mahala. Mara Paybo Kelly. Because we do know that Kelly is paid and everybody else, they are paid. Boso mizi bapatalwa. Bomuhale. Netflix Showmax. You are not right. So you wanted to rob the poor Tumelo and make so much money in Netflix about that story. So as much as it sounds bad for Tumelo to have said, the way the way he speaks it, man, the way he says it, no, it's my time, it's my pictures. They were never gonna get pictures for Mahala. Like, my guy, don't say it like that. This is South Africa. We don't talk like that, man. We don't talk like that. At least he could have said, no, they offered. I could have said they offered. And leave it at that. I could have said they offered. Highly not Tumelo shame. But okay, after the break, the case was postponed, guys. The case, actually, it was today was another eventful day. This case has been very, 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 it was representing, this case, guys, this case is very, very explosive. Each and every day there is something that happens. Every day there is something that happens. Even today, it did not disappoint. Something happened. The previous advocate that was representing the four of the five accused today was disbarred. What does that mean? That means he is no longer a legal practitioner. He is no longer an advocate. He's not even an attorney. He is nothing now. They have stripped off his titles. They've stripped off his qualifications. remember, if you're a teacher, you register to SACE. If you're a nurse, you register to the Board of National Health and what. If you are an attorney, you register with Legal Practitioners Council. I think it's Legal Practitioners Council, something like that. LPC. Now, LPC gives you a license. Even though you are qualified, you still have to register for you to get a license. Now, his license today was cancelled. His qualification was cancelled. He has to take back his certificate in 14 days time. He's given 14 days to take his certificate back. So as we speak right now, he is no longer an attorney. I know he's gonna cry foul, guys. He's gonna cry foul play. He's gonna say there's a conspiracy theory. The conspiracy theory that he knows, like, these people have been up to him and they've been. But I'm saying he opened the floodgate. He opened the floodgates and water came and it just swept him off. The things he did compromised his position. We want to talk on his behalf. We want to, we want to feel pity for him. But honestly, he went off the mark, way off the mark, and he did a disservice to these guys that he was representing. He did a disservice to the case. I say he was not supposed to have gone with the Twitter trends. He was not supposed to let them go to his head to a point where he behaves like Nota Baloyi. Him and Nota and Innocentia Mogolong. Bon, I repeat, Nota, Innocentia, Advocate Stefo. They are a trio. They love attention that much. They are craving something. They crave the trends. The trends of Twitter are running to their heads. He even said if they were to disbar him, instead of Ebe Wanyenga, he had been given a grace period where he had to explain why he should not be disbarred. Instead of him saying, okay, I'm sorry, I'll behave better, I'll do this. No, he threatened LPC by saying we are going to take off the streets if he is disbarred. He says South Africa will see. Like, he put himself up there. Yes, he was okay. We loved him. But he played into the hands of the people that he felt are fighting him. He gave them a leeway. He opened a door for them just to enter. He made things easy for them because we ended up feeling like this behavior we cannot also tolerate anymore. He behaved abnormally, if I have to say so. Yes, we are going to be accused of being mentally enslaved, but really, if we have to just tell the truth, face the facts, he defaulted a lot. He was playing a street fight in a ring, in a professional ring. He was playing street soccer in the Premier League. Whereas he knows the laws of the court. He was supposed to behave the way the court expected him to. The way the court expected everybody who is a legal practitioner to, not just him. But he tended to forget about that. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll bring again another video of the few bombs that he just threw, like I'll just make a video about just the bombs that Tumelo had dropped during this period, from his testimony to his cross-examination. Thank you. So the Senzo Mewa trial has been postponed today by Judge Maumela. I assume it was because Advocate Mshololo was sick, as indicated earlier on by Attorney TT Tobani. And now it's postponed to the 14th of November to the 2nd of December. It's been blocked for that 2 weeks, and thereafter it is gonna go again for some time next year. But for now we're aiming for November the 14th. Will every witness still be alive by then? It is yet to be seen. Because really, I feel like every moment that they are wasting, they are putting the lives of the witnesses at risk. That's just how I feel. And I wonder about the bombs that Tumelo had dropped in that court. Will he survive to come back again? Is he not going to be threatened? Will he still come back in the same mood that he is now? It's yet to be seen. Okay. Please remember to like, subscribe, share this video, and remember to leave a comment in the comment section. And the notification bell, Lavi. Thank you. Bye-bye.